While details of the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro have leaked extensively in recent months, we're still pretty much in the dark when it comes to the most ambitious Google phone to date. So what do we know about the Google Pixel Fold, or whatever Google's foldable ends up being called? Reliable leakers have confirmed that it does exist, and we have a Japanese model number to back that up. Recently we learned that it'll use Samsung's ultra-thin glass just like the Galaxy Z Flip and Z Fold 2, not too much of a surprise there. But the most interesting Pixel Fold nugget to present itself recently was the news that its 7.6-inch internal display will begin manufacturing in October. Given the usual launch period for new Pixel phones, also in October, there's essentially zero chance that the Pixel Fold will go on sale at the same time as the Pixel 6 series. That means if Google talks Pixel Fold at its October launch event, expect the actual device to debut months later, possibly towards the very end of 2021. From talking to our own confidential sources, we're told to expect a more limited rollout for the Pixel Fold compared to the Pixel 6, which would make sense for a much more expensive product with a more challenging manufacturing process, as Samsung knows that glass and those hinges can be tricky. So don't necessarily expect to see the Pixel Fold in your local carrier store, for instance. In general, I would be surprised if initially it was available anywhere besides the Google Store. All of which could put a slight dampener on enthusiasm for what will, after all, be the most ambitious Pixel phone ever produced. However, there are still plenty of reasons to be excited about the arrival of the Pixel Fold. All the information we have about the Pixel 6 series gives us some pretty clear clues about what to expect from the Fold in terms of raw horsepower. With the Pixel 6 Pro being the most high-end Pixel in years, it's likely the premium specs from that device will carry over to Google's Foldable. That means the same GS101 Whitechapel chipset on the Pixel 6 should power the Fold as well, given the engineering advantages of keeping the same platform across the entire 2021 Pixel portfolio. At the same time, it's probably reasonable to expect a Pixel 6 Pro class camera to be in the Pixel Fold. Leaked specs there include a 50MP main camera ultra-wide and a 5x8MP telephoto. The Fold is already an expensive piece of kit, and once again there would be engineering advantages to keeping the same set of modules from Google's top-tier flat phone. A foldable phone of course presents some unique photographic opportunities compared to a flat handset, and these could see the return of one of the Pixel series' most beloved features from years past. As we've seen from other foldables, in selfie mode, the ability to frame a shot on the Pixel Fold's outer display while the device is opened out could enable the best selfie qualities on any handset. Google's HDR Plus processing combined with a top-tier ultra-wide camera that you can turn around would bring back a personal favourite feature of mine from the Pixel 3 series. I'm of course talking about ultra-wide selfies. Sure, we've seen other manufacturers like Samsung and Huawei create unique selfie experiences on foldables before, but given the image processing chops of Google and the expected camera specs of its next generation Pixels, there's good reason to be optimistic about what the company can bring to the table with its foldable phone cameras. The Pixel Fold is also going to be notable for being the first Google-branded Android tablet in years. Sure, it's a phone as well, but it's the first time in over half a decade that we've seen Google's vision for how Android should look on a tablet-sized display. The last such tablet was the ill-fated Pixel C, which will be more than 6 years old by the time the Pixel Fold arrives. Android support for foldables has been a long time coming. The platform first started adding support in 2018's Android 9 Pie release, and since then, senior Google engineers like Dave Burke have been publicly bullish on the prospects for foldable phones. Android admittedly doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to transitioning to new device categories. Android tablets were steamrolled by the iPad following the rushed launch of the tablet-specific 3.0 Honeycomb release, and Wear OS, which started life as Android Wear, is now about to be turned into something that's not even Android anymore, thanks to the new partnership with Samsung for the next generation Wear OS. But unlike tablets, Android's foldable support has been in the works for years, and is built on a much more solid foundation than Android was 10 years ago. And unlike wearables, it'll scale Android up to a larger device instead of trying to shoehorn it onto significantly less powerful hardware. And what's more, the Pixel Fold will arrive at a time when Google's taking a much more vertically integrated approach to its hardware than ever before, and when Samsung has already had a couple of release cycles to figure out the early software and hardware kinks. Android itself is also a more mature platform, and Google a more competent hardware company than 10 years ago when the first Android tablets emerged. Like most foldables, the Pixel Fold is likely to be a halo device. Something to attract the attention of consumers who'll then go off and buy the more affordable Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro instead. But for enthusiasts, it might just be the crown jewel of Google's 2021 lineup. Google has had the time and has the know-how to make a great Android foldable experience, and I'm quietly confident that that's exactly what we'll get when the Pixel Fold lands towards the end of the year.